Hi, I'm Ann Thomas, founder of Transgender Talent in Southern California, and this video is about what do I do when I'm just starting out. I get that question often, and I have to temper it based on where you are. I give different answers based on what you have for resources available. So, let's start out in the middle of nowhere. You have nothing around you. Well, there's actually, though probably a limited help, there are online classes you can take in acting or singing or dancing, although they're going to be limited because you don't have a teacher there to review your quality of work and to comment on it and give you tips to help you move forward. But you can at least get some of the terminology down and get some of the understanding going. The next thing you can do is you can start shooting videos at home. And if you're a writer, you can write the stuff you want to do. But realize the quality is probably not going to be what is going to really speak well to somebody in Hollywood, because we're used to seeing top shelf writing. So you might want to get little 1- and 2-page scenes off of free script websites. Just Google that and see what you can find. You only need a couple of pages, and you can get them by various genres, but mainly you're looking at drama versus comedy. You'll find you're better at one than the other, or you're good at both, but try both. And hopefully you have somebody nearby that you can read off of, because it's really hard to do a script by yourself. You can fool things, though, by recording the other lines on your cell phone. There actually is apps for this that you can get and purchase for a fairly reasonable price, where you read the lines of the opposite character into the cell phone, and then it reads them back to you, and you practice off of that. So that way you have yourself saying the line to you, and then you go on with the next line, and so that way you get a dialogue going. Even though it's with yourself, it's something. So these are things you can do by yourself in the middle of nowhere, so there literally is no excuse. You can set up your cell phone, tape yourself doing these dialogues, and you'll find that you can go a long way with that. So, then the next thing is, let's say you're in a little bit bigger area, and there's actually a theater company there. You can join a volunteer theater company just about anywhere in the country that has them. Hopefully they're trans accepting and supportive, so that you can really learn from them and work with them and not get ostracized. Usually the theater community tends to be fairly nice and accepting, so hopefully you won't run into problems doing that. So that's another way to get experience. Then let's go a little bit bigger. You're maybe near a college, community college, and a lot of them will offer a drama program, so look for those. And realize that different states have different ways of paying for this. In this state, California, with really, really low income, you qualify for amazing amounts of assistance, not in the form of loans, but in grants, so you don't have to pay back. Or they'll reduce the price dramatically of what it costs to go through it. So that's another thing you can do, is look at colleges. Then, of course, there's universities. Universities are going to cost more, and the better ones are going to have a more recognized program for whatever it is you want to go through. Because by that time, you're looking at film and TV as possibly an option, or you're looking at theater as an option, or other forms. Maybe they have a digital media program there for doing streaming stuff. I don't know. This is all new, still fairly new, even though we've had streaming for quite a few years now. We're still trying to catch up with where it's moved on to from the beginnings. So, let's say you've done that stuff and you want to go, or you just have some money and you want to go for the gusto, or you already live here, live in a major entertainment area. So that'll be like LA, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Nashville even. Some of the other ones, Dallas has some stuff going on at it, from what I'm talking to people I know who live down that way, and Houston a little bit, so it really depends on your area. Look and see what's available, and every year there's a list of the 10 top film schools put out by, I think, The Hollywood Reporter or Variety, the two magazines I look at, and One of them has a ranking there, and most of those schools are located in either LA or New York. So you can look at getting into one of those. And honestly, going through and getting your degree, if you're young enough, is worth it. I have seen people taken straight out of acting school, and they're not even finished with it, and get plunged right into the major productions and major roles. It happens. It happens to trans people even. So it's worth doing, especially if you're young, because it's really recognized by the networks and by the studios as being valid, even if you have no credits at all to hang your hat on. If they know you're in a major school, a major film school, or a major acting school that they recognize, and they know the quality is good, and you have to be really good just to get in, then they're going to be willing to accept that as the validity of your skill level. So that's a basic overview of what to do if you're just starting out. So hopefully that helps. And once you have a resume built up, I should talk about what to do after you've gotten lessons, how to get the experience. Student films are great for that, to get started in doing films, shooting for the first time. If you've never been on a set before, students' films are good because you almost never get paid. Nobody does. And they're all trying to get to a level of high quality, so it's worth going for those at the beginning. Theater groups, obviously, as well, too. And then once you get on beyond that, then go into usually commercial first and then into film and TV, because commercial you don't have to have the acting skill level for. And it's easier to get an agent for commercial than it is for film and TV. So, anyway, that's a basic overview of how to get going in the industry. All the best, break a leg, and have fun. I'm Ann Thomas.